We're here today with Jeanne Hecht, who is CEO of Oras. Welcome.
Thank you.
I wondered, could you speak to some of the changes at Oras as the company paradigm shifts from being a family-run company to a global full-service clinical research organization, or CEO for ophthalmology?
I joined Oras back in 2019 officially as the Chief Strategy Officer and took over as CEO in the summertime frame of that year. Before that, I had been on Oras' board of directors, and I joined Oras because it's a fantastic company that was started by a fabulous family, the Abelsons, who had this vision of how they were going to improve patient care and how they were going to help pharmaceutical and device companies get their products to market faster, and the creation of novel endpoints, the investment in science. Was such an exciting thing to join. When I came on board and they talked to me about how they wanted to see Oras evolve into this scaled global organization, professionalized organization, it got me even more excited because I thought about some of the strengths that I could bring to bear. So what we've been doing at Oras, number one, we have been scaling ourselves globally. So we've got our operations in Europe now. We've got a healthy sized team there that continues to grow under the directorship of Dr. Sally Tucker. We've also established our operations in China under Dr. Peng Wang, who has joined our organization to help us grow in China and support our customers in that part of the world. We've worked on expanding our service offerings, so ensuring that we continue to be an industry leader and a great partner for companies in the anterior segment, but also working to support all of our customers in the posterior segment and make sure that we're addressing the therapeutic needs there, as well as what the team has done from a medical device perspective and making sure that we're supporting the customers with developing those really important assets. We continue to invest in our research and development, and we've got several new products and offerings that are in development to treat early stage AMD. We're also working on an eye cup, which is a handheld imaging device. And then we are working on progressing further our offering to support trials that would be conducted at a patient's home. So to support, which aligns very nicely with the situation that is before all of us as it relates to the COVID-19 pandemic. We've never lost sight of the patient. We've also never lost sight of the needs of the researcher and the needs of our customers. And that's something that I continue to carry that torch and to ensure that the organization always has those people in the conversation, especially when we're working on new services, products, offerings, and looking at our organization as it scales. The other thing that I'll add is when I think about the organization, it's changed. We've rolled out some new core values. And so those are called clarity, so customer service, leadership, accountability, results-oriented, innovation, teamwork, and you. And the you being an investment in our employees, be them in the United States, in China, or in Europe, wherever they sit, wanting to make sure that we continue to carry on the legacy of being a family-focused and family-first organization for our employees. It's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to continuing to bring those to our employees, our customers, our research sites, and the patients.
I mean, you've really expanded your international presence and along the whole portfolio, so that's really great.
Yeah, it's been exciting. A lot of hard work. And I owe big kudos and shout outs to a lot of people, but I'm really proud of the work they've done, and I'm proud of our customers who've been alongside us as we've done this.
And could you speak to some of the significance of clinical research as a care option and your involvement in its origins?
So clinical research as a care option, and I use care option very specifically versus treatment, since when we're thinking about clinical research, the treatment is still under investigation. Several years ago, I worked with some of the industry luminaries and leaders in the field, specifically Jennifer Byrne, who's a great colleague and friend of mine, who had this belief and this hypothesis that patients who were receiving and taking part in clinical research were receiving perhaps better care than individuals of patients who were not participating in a clinical trial. So we actually, with Wilmington Health, which is here in North Carolina, we conducted an analysis on just that question, specifically with the focus on the triple aim. And so reducing hospitalizations, cost of hospitalizations, increasing patient satisfaction, and in the overall care continuum. And what we've been able to actually show is that, yes, patients, in fact, do believe that, and the data shows that they believe that that the care that they receive under a clinical trial is actually sometimes better than the care that they receive outside of a clinical trial. Now, one could look at the fact that often in a clinical trial, there's a significant white glove treatment effect for our patients, right? We talk to them a lot, we spend more time with them, we capture a lot of data, there's more procedures, there's more follow-up. And I think that as a result, that often translates to a perceived higher benefit of the care that they're receiving in a clinical trial. We took this, we presented this before the US Congress, and we also presented it over in the UK on 10 Downing Street several years ago. And I continue to be very active in it because I believe in the benefit of clinical research as a care option for patients. I also believe in the importance of clinical research, as all of you, I'm sure, do as well, in bringing new products and new treatment options to patients out there. So for me, it's a torch that I'll continue to carry.
Yes, especially right now, with researchers around the world about to celebrate Clinical Trials Day on May 20th. Why is this important, and how is Ora keeping it on top of mind?
So first, I want to say to anybody that's watching this that has either been a clinical trial participant or is a clinical trial researcher or a research staff, thank you. Right? Without you, we couldn't get this done. And without you, there wouldn't be the great treatments and products that are on the market right now, helping many patients across the globe. So at Ora, we're going to take May 20th and we're going to thank people for their participation, for their engagement, for the sacrifice that they maybe provided either in being a researcher, a research nurse, or as a possible subject in a clinical trial. We want to spend some time also making sure that the work that we're doing is translating well to our customers, to our research sites, and to the patients. Making sure also that we are publishing information and content that is relevant to researchers and to the patients, and that we're bringing those people into Ora in the form of focus groups, online discussions. Make sure that we are keeping them in the conversation so that we can always be providing a better product at the end. So when I think about it, I think of what we're doing on Clinical Trials Day. It's thank you. It's we want to engage with you. We want to hear from you. Please don't be a stranger. Keep the information coming. We want to be better for you.
Okay. And what strategic or operational changes have been made at Ora given the recent challenges with clinical trials, due to the current COVID-19 pandemic?
When I think about Ora first, and I think about it kind of in my role as the CEO, and I think about my employees. So we've established an emergency response management team that obviously looked at everything from business operations, office operations, employee safety, wellness, and kind of took that lens and looked at COVID-19 and made sure we had the right business processes in place and the right approach to ensuring safety and the well-being of all of our employees across the globe. Then we looked at it from a customer perspective. How do we support them? They've got such important projects that are going through development right now. How do we make sure that we are nimble and agile and are able to support our customers? So we made some substantial changes as it relates to our employee workforce. We seconded individuals in specific locations for 12-week periods to make sure that some of our dry eye programs continued to progress as the customer and the sites wanted them to. We also took a large portion of our workforce who are now remote and found ways in which we could provide remote monitoring for our clinical trials that are actively ongoing. We've had routine calls, webinars, conversations with our sites and with our customers. We also looked at things that we could do to protect the health and wellness of our employees and our customers, and did things like restricted travel and made sure that people felt safe and that they were able to work from home. We helped them to set up their offices where necessary. And then I also wanted to make sure that we were engaging our employees' families. And so we've done a lot of fun events. We had an art competition for children. We've done some virtual races. We've also collected food for local communities and food banks to make sure that we're supporting and giving back to the communities in which we live. So it's, business and operations and how we're running and making sure we're providing that really important tender loving care for our customers and their assets. It's the engagement and conversations we're having with our research sites to make sure that they also feel like we're here to support them and make them feel comfortable, help them get ready for when they're ready to reopen. And then it's about our workforce and making sure that we're treating them with the respect that they've earned.